A very good morning to Dr. Wong and my fellow classmates. I am Liu Shu Yin from Group 1. The title that our group want to present today is Impact of COVID-19 Pandemic on the Livelihood of the Hawker in Medan Niaga Satok in Kuching.
Introduction. COVID-19 outbreak has affected all community around the world. It has engulfed the entire globe and has been reported to spread rapidly in over 200 countries including China, Malaysia, India, the United States, Singapore and other all of countries. The first Malaysia Movement Control Order (MCO) that announced by Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has restricted all sectors to be stopped due to control the spreading of COVID-19 pandemic. Many sectors and industries was affected because of COVID-19 pandemic and the MCO. Small business such as hawker and street vendor also one of the sector extremely affected. Economic activities such as face-to-face business and social activities like sports are not allowed to operate during MCO. Problem statement. The hawkers in MNS face many challenges in maintaining a profitable business during the COVID-19 pandemic. The spreading of the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the income and livelihood of hawkers in MNS. Therefore, the strategies to maintain their livelihood and the experience they may have dealt with, especially the revenue deficiency, is the most baffling during the COVID-19 pandemic. Research question. Number 1. How the COVID-19 pandemic affects the income of self-employed hawkers. Number 2. To what extent did hawkers take action to sustain their livelihood during the Malaysian Movement Control Order (MCO)? Objective of the study to identify the income of hawkers become and during the COVID-19 pandemic, to examine the coping strategies taken by the hawkers to sustain their livelihood during Malaysian Movement Control Order (MCO). Significance of the study. Provided a good foundation for future studies and research. This research is regarded as significant as an effort to ascertain the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic towards the hawkers' business and to examine the strategies that have been taken which are faced by the hawkers throughout this challenging period in MNS Kuching. The result of this research can be used as a reference for the government to plan a specific mechanism to assist the hawkers.
Methodology. Research design. A research design is the procedure for collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and reporting data in research studies. This research design applies descriptive research design. It can give valid hypotheses and specific answers. The purpose of a descriptive study is to provide a picture of a situation, person, or event, or show how things are related to each other and as it naturally occurs. Under the descriptive research design, we use a single cross-sectional design when surveying Medan Niaga Satok Kuching. Population of the study. Population is the entire group of people to whom researchers tend to obtain information. The population of this study was the traders who do business in Medan Niaga Satok. The total population of traders in Medan Niaga Satok is around 800 to 900 people. From the total population in Medan Niaga Satok, we have sampled a total of 20 hawkers as the sampling unit in this study. Sampling. In this study, we are using non-probability sampling. This is because the population of our study has an unequal chance of being included in the sample. Under the non-probability sampling design, we are using judgment sampling is because we are targeting the hawkers that were doing business before and during the COVID-19 pandemic in Medan Niaga Satok. Attainment of saturation point. It is when the researchers reach a point where no new information is obtained from further data. Data collection. The first type of data is the primary data. It is data that collect from first-hand experience on the ground. For example, we use the method of observation, questionnaires, survey, and interviews in Medan Niaga Satok to collect the primary data. Our secondary data gathered and reviewed from the internet source of books, journal articles, and government publications. Those data are the information gathered from a source that has previously been published. Data analysis. In this study, we use two methods which are quantitative and qualitative data analysis method. Quantitative data analysis method. In this method, data analysis technique and the statistical test is descriptive, inferential, and predictive. The descriptive is measure of frequency distribution. Descriptive statistic is to describe the contents of a sample such as mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. Inferential is used per two-tailed t-test. We use this to make predictions or generalization based on our data. Predictive is correlation analysis to assess relationship between variables. Qualitative data analysis method. In this study, we have used three types of research tools. The first is content analysis. We use content analysis to systematically collect data from interviews. Next is structured and unstructured text. This type of tools used for survey writing and reviews. For example, unstructured text uses which the researcher brings notebook and pen to jot down the information during the interviews in Medan Yagasato. The third is narrative analysis. We use this method to understand how study participants construct story and narrative from their personal experience.
Next is our brief finding and discussion of the study. Table 1 shows that the demography of respondents, which include the frequency and percentage of gender, grouping of age, ethnicity, religion, residential, marital status, education status, grouping of number of dependents, grouping of number of children, grouping of number of children in school, and grouping of number of children working. Based on Table 2.1 and Table 2.2 show that the estimation total monthly gross income in business among the hawker before and during the COVID-19 pandemic in Medan Yagasato. The findings show that the mean of estimation total monthly gross income in business before the COVID-19 pandemic respondent is 5, while during the COVID-19 pandemic is 3.8. The study found that the p-values two-tailed test is 0.039, is less than alpha 0.05. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. We conclude that there is a significant difference between the mean of estimation monthly gross income in the business before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. The income of hawker business in Medan Yagasato were dropping during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is because less customer and tourist visit and purchase item in Medan Yagasato due to the lockdown situation. The return on business sales of hawker were in good condition because of the supporting community residents who come to buy goods and service before the lockdown. Therefore, the lockdown improvement by government will prohibit the customer and tourists from crowding market, decreasing demand goods, and affect the hawker business income.
Table 3.1 and 2 shows that the estimation of total monthly household expenses before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. The result has shown that the mean before the COVID-19 is RM 4.3000 and during the COVID-19 pandemic is RM 4.5500. Hence, the differences between the mean is increased by about RM 0.225. However, based on the result of pair sample t-test, there is no significant differences between the estimation of total monthly household expenses before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is because the p-value 0.287 is less than the alpha 0.05. This is because the government have provided aid to people, but many participants thought that their income is not income to support their monthly household expenses and affect their expenditure and livelihood. Table 4.1 and 2 shows the relationship between operation days and sales revenue in a week before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. In the correlation analysis, the Pearson correlation is 0.404 was moderate correlation, which is a substantial relationship, while in the two-tailed significant value, the result does not reject the null hypothesis because the p-value 0.078 is more than alpha 0.05. Hence, there is no relationship before the COVID-19 pandemic, while during a pandemic, the Pearson correlation is 0.565 and it rejects the null hypothesis. This is because the p-value 0.009 is less than alpha 0.05. Hence, they have a significant relationship during the pandemic. This is because they have been compelled to reduce operating time. According to the finding of Ramlee and Jamri 2021, the hawker sale revenue was good and lucrative before the pandemic, but during the pandemic, their income has affected because had given limited time to operate.
Next, graph shows thus hawker prohibited to do business in Medan Yagasato due to increasing COVID-19 cases in the area. There are 17 of hawker or 85% of them prohibited to do business in Medan Yagasato, while 3 hawker or 15% of them never prohibited to do business in Medan Yagasato. Charts show does hawker have strategy to earn income during COVID-19 outbreak. There are 70% of hawker have strategy to earn income. However, they also have 3 hawker did not have strategy to earn income during COVID-19 outbreak. Graph 1 shows plan taken by hawker to survive during MCO. The graph shows the highest plan chosen and taken by hawker is promote and sell their product through social media platform. For the second highest is to do a COD and using their saving money. For the third plan is to do a part-time job, stay at home and gardening, while the lowest plan chosen and taken by hawker is thrifty.
The graph 2 shows strategy taken by hawkers to earn income during COVID-19 pandemic. The highest amount of strategy chosen and taken by hawker is promote and selling through social media platform with 8 frequency, while the lowest is gardening with 1 frequency. In these discussions, hawkers survive their business by using digital marketing, the method social media platform often used such as Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Digital marketing has a positive and significant effect on increasing sales performance. It has become the main communication platform in marketing, and offline store will be complementary due to the ease and ability to digital marketing to reach more consumers. The chart 3 shows the respondent in market had received government support during the COVID-19 outbreak. The graph 3 shows type of government support received by the hawker in market. The graph shows the discount in store rent and lesson payment was 100% of the respondent received that support. However, per cap BOD and food basket is the lowest with 5% support received by the respondent. In this discussion, the local government is awarded COVID-19 has a substantial impact on hawker and petty traders because they were not allowed to operate during MCO and the extended CMCO. The initiative has helped as a short-term solutions allow them to purchase business assets, parent and support household expenditure.
In conclusion, it can be concluding that the small business such as hawkers face many challenges in maintaining a profitable business during the COVID-19 pandemic. The spreading of the COVID-19 pandemic has likely affected the income and livelihood of hawkers. Therefore, this is the strategy taken by hawkers to establish their income and livelihood. This study has established the good data on COVID-19 effect to the hawkers' income and information about strategy taken by hawkers to copy during COVID-19 and MCO period. This study expected can help other researchers to do other study in future. Thank you.